everybody, happy Sunday! I'm so glad you are here with me today for another week of Kids Church. My name is Pastor Travis. For those of you who have never met me before, we have a fun lesson planned for today. We just finished our series on our family farm last week, so today we're going to start learning about a man named Joshua. And Joshua is a pretty amazing man. And today we're going to look, he had to go fight a battle. But he couldn't fight this battle by himself. There were some other people that were helping him win the fight, and also God. And we're going to learn if we want to do extreme things for God, we need God's power. I'm glad you're here today. Let's get started.
What's up, bros and brosettes? The name's Band-Aid. I'm your extreme sports specialist, and I'm here to kick off a brand new extreme series about Joshua. So here we go. It's gonna be great. Peace! Hey, Joshua was an extreme dude of the Bible, and he did some extreme things for God. And in this series, we're gonna tell you all about some of those extreme things. Hey, before we get into our series about Joshua, I gotta tell you something pretty sweet. I was asked to perform an extreme jump on my dirt bike here. I'm gonna jump a dump truck, baby. That's right, a dump truck. Hey, in order to do this extreme jump, I have to do some extreme preparation for myself. You know, one of the most important things is that you eat the right foods. In order for me to get prepared for this extreme jump, I'm gonna pull out the most extreme food I can think of. Baby food. Now listen, I know what you're thinking. Baby food? Really? I'm an adult. No, that stuff's disgusting. But you know what? I've seen some babies eat this stuff, and I've seen some babies grow 4 inches in 3 months. So if it's good enough for a baby, it's gotta be good enough for me. Let's give this stuff a shot. You gotta be kidding me. Babies eat that stuff? Moms let their babies eat that? All right, here we are in my kitchen. You know, I'm getting ready for this extreme jump. But before I do, I figure I need an extreme energy drink. So I'm gonna make one up, band style, baby. And you know what I'm gonna use? First, I'm gonna use a carrot. You know why? Because carrots, they're good for your eyes. And that'll help me see the jump. Bam! Next, I'm gonna use some frog legs. Because you know, frog legs, they're gonna make you jump high. Bam! Next, I'm gonna stick a little bit of milk in, well, you know, because it makes the body good and whatnot. Anyway, so I'm gonna put that in there. Ooh, that's already looking good. Last but not least, I'm gonna stick just a dash of oregano, you know, for the Italian flavor. Oui. So a little bit more. All right, I got it all mixed up. It's time to blend this puppy. Make sure the lid's on secure. Here we go, kids. You ready to blend? It's gonna be fantastic. Blend, baby, blend. Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh, this is gonna be great. Oh, man. Y'all get a load of that. Yeah, that's gonna be fantastic. Well, you know what they say. Down the hatch. Here we go. Whew. Man, that's some rough stuff right there. I bet it's worth it though, kids. Anybody got a mint? You got a mint? Hey, you right there, first row. You got a mint? Hey, now that was some extreme preparation. You know, Joshua knew the importance of preparing too. Way before he ever led the Battle of Jericho, he was preparing for what God had called him to do. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at the very first time that we ever heard Joshua's name in the Bible. It was when he was in the battle with the Amalekites. You know, Moses, Joshua's leader, told him, "Go out and fight the battle while I stand here with my hands up on this hill." That is an extreme battle plan. So what exactly was Moses doing, just standing on the hill with his hands up? I'll tell you what he was doing. He was praying that God's power would help Joshua win the battle against the Amalekites. Man, that's an awesome example about how God prepares us to do extreme stuff for Him. Just like Joshua couldn't have won the battle without God's power, we can't do extreme things without God's power either. That brings us to today's big idea. Today's big idea says, if I'm gonna do God's plan, I gotta have God's power. So, every time you hear this sound,
Hey, what's the big idea?
stand up on your feet and say, if I'm gonna do God's plan, I gotta have God's power. That's today's big idea. All right, it's time for you to get into your lesson about Joshua and the Battle of the Amalekites. And it's time for me to do this extreme dump truck jump. Are you ready to see it? Here we go. Wasn't that an awesome jump, kids? Well, until next time, I'm Band-Aid. I am stuck on Jesus, 'cause Jesus stuck on me. Yahoo!
The treasured and the prized. Who is the apple of God's eyes? Who is? We are. Who are the ones who bear His name? Who are the children He has claimed as His? We are. The ones God has sent His Son to rescue, and now He calls us His own. Children of God, we are the children of God. We are the sons and the daughters. Almighty God is our Father. We are the children of God. We are the children of God. How can we keep from singing? We are the children of God. From crying out, who are the voices that will shout His praise? We are. Who are the ones who bear His name? Who are the children He has claimed as His? We are. How great the love the Father has shown us, that He would call us His own. Children of God, we are the children of God. We are the sons and the daughters. Almighty God is our Father. We are the children of God. We are the children of God. How can we keep from singing? We are the children.
what's the big idea?
If I'm going to do God's plan, I got to have God's power. All right, we're going to go over our message for today. As you know, we're learning about a man named Joshua. And the life of Joshua teaches us that God can prepare us to do extreme things for him. Which brings us to our first point, and that is preparation is an important step. You know, preparation is an important step for anything that we do. Let's say this. Let's say you wanted to run a marathon, and that's just over 26 miles. Could you guys go run 26 miles right now? I don't know. I couldn't run 26 miles right now. If I went out and said, I'm going to run a marathon today, I'd probably go out and maybe get 2 or 3 or 4 miles. Like, I wouldn't get to 26 miles. But if I prepared, if I exercised and ate right, and make sure I got outside and I got into good shape, maybe in 3 or 4 months, maybe then I could run a marathon. Even with a firefighter. Does a firefighter need training to know how to be safe if they go into a burning building, and how to make sure they can help their teammates and other firefighters stay safe as well? Well, absolutely. And that's the same with God. We want to do extreme things for God. We can start preparing and doing things right now. That means we can start reading the Bible, we can start praying, and we can also start helping our brothers and sisters and our friends and make sure they're following God as well. And we can lift them up. And that brings us to our story for today. And this is from the book of Exodus chapter 17. The book of Exodus is the second book of the Bible. It goes Genesis, Exodus. And this is from chapter 17. And so Joshua, he was going to go fight the Amalekites. And so Moses said, you need to grab some men and we're going to go fight these guys. And Moses went up onto a mountain. And he went up to the mountain, and while the battle was happening, he took the staff of God and he lifted it up into the air. And God said whenever Moses had his hands up in the air, the Israelites, Joshua's team, was winning. But whenever Moses' hands were not up, the other team was winning. So I want everyone, just lift your hands up in the air. Lift them up, lift them up, lift them up. Right? You can lift them up right now, but let's say you had to have your hands lifted for the next 3 hours. Do you think that would get pretty hard to keep your hands lifted for 3 hours? Yeah, it would be pretty difficult. And that's exactly what happened. Moses' arms were getting tired. But it says that Aaron and Hur were there to help Moses. They said when Moses' hands got tired, they came and they helped hold his hands up in the air so Joshua's team could win the battle. And so eventually the battle ended, and because of Moses and Aaron and Hur, Joshua and his team ended up winning the fight. Now, who was responsible for that fight? Who won it? Was it Moses because he was the one lifting the staff of God up? Was it Aaron and Hur because they were lifting Moses' elbows up? Was it Joshua because he led the people into battle? Was it the people fighting the battles because they had to fight? Well, you know what? They all had a part to play in the fight. Ultimately, it was God's power that won the battle. And this teaches us an important lesson, and that is we need God's power. If we're going to do extreme things for God and we want to follow God and do what He calls us to do, we need God's power with us. Just like we saw that Joshua and Moses, they needed God's power to win the war. Let's pray. Dear Jesus, I thank you so much that you can live inside of each of our lives and that you can give us your power so we can do extreme things for you. Even if that means telling our friends about Jesus or being kind to our brothers and sisters. I pray that you would give us all your power to do the right things and obey you. We love you so much, Jesus, and it's in your name we pray. Amen.
am counting on God. I 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 am counting on God.
Órale, kids! It's me, Señor Magnifico, your extreme wrestler. I have extreme clothes. I have extreme muscles. Look at that Pepita right there. So I can overpower my opponent. And speaking of power, I've got a great power verse just for you. And today's power verse is, pray for each other. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. James 5:16. Wow, that was an extreme power verse. Now I want all my chavitos to stand up with me. That means all my boys. And you're gonna say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pray for each other. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. James 5:16. Okay, chavitos, you may have a seat. And now all my chilindrinas, that's the girls, you stand up and say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pray for each other. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. James 5:16. Very good. You may have a seat. Listen, boys and girls, it is so important for us to pray for one another. If I didn't have my abuelita, which is my grandmother, praying for me every time before I go into a match, I don't think that I could win. It is because she's praying for me and talking to God that I win my matches. So since it's so important, let's all stand up and we're going to say the power verse together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pray for each other. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. James 5:16. All right, that was very good. You may have a seat, you may have a seat. Okay, it's time for me to go, kids. But remember, every time I come to greet you, I always say, Órale! So make sure you greet me in the same way. Let's try it. I say, Órale! Oh, I know you can be louder than that. Let's try it again. Órale! That's much better. Well, I gotta go. Remember, my name is Señor Magnifico, your extreme wrestler. And make sure that you live for Jesus to the extreme. Na 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 na.
All right, were you listening in today's lesson? Well, we're going to find out because I have some review questions for you. We're going to start with question number 1, and that says, what was today's big idea?
Hey, what's the big idea?
If I'm going to do God's plan, I got to have God's power. Excellent job. All right, number 2. What was the name of the extreme sports specialist in our video? Was it Joe Kerr? Was it Danger? Was it Band-Aid? Or was it Dan Sir? Do you remember who that was? Yeah, it was Band-Aid. All right, question number 3. What was Band-Aid trying to jump over? Was it a dump truck, a police car, a fire truck, or a minivan? Do you remember what he was trying to jump over? Yeah, it was a dump truck. Well, a toy dump truck. All right, question number 4. What was the name of the extreme wrestler who taught the power verse? Was it Senor Mario, Senor Magnifico, Senor Miniman, or Senor Magician? Do you remember who that was? Yeah, that was Senor Magnifico. All right, number 5. Who is the extreme hero from the Bible that we are studying? Is it Samson, Joshua, Moses, or Adam? Do you remember who that was? Yes, that was Joshua, although we did talk about Moses today as well. All right, number 6. We don't need to prepare in order to do God's plan. Is that true or false? That is false. It's important that we can start preparing right now to do what God has for us. All right, question number 7. According to our lesson today, who prayed for Joshua as he fought? Was it Adam, Samson, Elijah, or Moses? Do you remember? That was Moses. Good job. All right, question number 8. What did Moses have to do while Joshua fought the battle? Did he do jumping jacks and push-ups? Did he eat lots of junk food? Did he put his feet above his head? Or did he hold up his hands with the staff of God in it? Do you remember what Moses had to do? Yes, he had to hold up his hands with the staff of God in it. All right, just a couple questions left. Here's number 9. Who helped Moses when his arms got tired? Was it Sarah and Rebecca, Jacob and Esau, Aaron and Hur, or Adam and Elijah? Do you remember who helped Moses hold his arms up? That was Aaron and Hur. All right, here's our last question. Where was our power verse found? Was it John 3:16, James 5:16, Matthew 6:33, or Philippians 4:13? Our power verse was found in James 5:16. And that verse says, pray for each other. The earnest prayer of a righteous person has great power and produces wonderful results. Well, great job, everyone. Thanks for listening. You did an awesome job.
Ah, yeah, baby. It's the SKI to the double TLES. The candy rapper, ready to wrap it up. Joshua had to do extreme preparation before he could ever be the leader of a nation. You and I, we need to get prepared too. Prepared to do what God planned us to do. I need others to pray for me, to help me win the victory. I gotta lean on God every hour. If I'm gonna do God's plan, I gotta have God's power, baby. That's right. Just like Joshua did extreme preparation, I gotta be prepared to receive God's power and do His will. I got a rainbow flavor, and I'm living for my Savior. Skittles out, baby. Yeah.
Well, I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is our lesson is over for today. But the good news is we have another lesson next week. So I hope you join us again next week. Thank you for joining me today. I had such an awesome time and I learned so much, and I hope you learned something as well from the life of Joshua. Well, have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday.